Hi everyone, so welcome to I Make Stuff. This week we're making a Game of Thrones inspired matching pillowcase set. So several years ago I actually made a matching Star Wars set for my husband for our anniversary, but the vinyl started to peel off. I wasn't really taking care of it, so it doesn't really look that good anymore. So what I'm going to be doing today is going to be making new pillowcases for us to display on our bed. I have two pillowcases that I bought from Marshalls. They are kind of like a dark gray ash color, and what color I'm going to be putting on it is of gold, so it's going to stand out. The design I'm choosing is going to be Moon of My Life and My Sun and Stars. So if you guys don't know what that is from, it is from Game of Thrones. It is what Khal Drogo and Daenerys Targaryen call each other. It's their, I guess, pet names for each other. So as I said, I'm going to be making out of vinyl or heat transfer vinyl. So heat transfer vinyl can come in several different forms. It can come in a roll. So this roll is a 12 by 30 foot roll. There's also 15 by, however long you need it to be. But I use, this is black, so I use this often, so I buy large rolls. They can also come in sheets, so they can come in 12 by 24 sheets or 12 by 12 sheets. I bought this color a while ago for an order. So I had a lot of extra, so you can see here I have little random scraps, and I'm going to try to use the scraps as much as I can to avoid cutting up my larger sheet, which I can use for future projects. So I have a really large one right here. The brand that I'm using today is Caesar Easy Weed, and the color I have chosen, I believe, is Vegas Gold. So what I'm going to be going through in this video is how I design it, how quickly I design it, really. I'm not really going to dwell on the software too much, just because this is not really a how to use the software. So it's going to kind of breeze through everything. And then after that, I'm going to cut the vinyl, and then I'm going to weed the vinyl and then heat press it onto the pillowcases to show you the end result. Okay, so let's get to it. Hi everyone, so this is the Silhouette Studio software. I have the business edition, which gives me more options than the standard as well as designer. I am able to cut with multiple machines as well as other cutting tools that are only available for the business edition. So as mentioned before, we're going to be designing some Game of Thrones pillowcases. I have right here the inspiration. This is what I actually want for myself, and I already have the Game of Thrones font installed on my computer, and I have also gathered all of the elements that I need for my pillowcase. I searched Google for the images, and we're gonna go through how I work with them. So I'm going to leave this up here just to kind of use as a reference. So I'm going to first draw out a rectangle. The rectangle is going to be in the size of my standard pillowcase, just so I can get the sizing correctly. I bought two standard pillowcases, which are 21 by 32, so it is going to be 32. I'm changing the size of my rectangle here. So here is one rectangle, and then another one. So I have two rectangles now, one for each. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and I'm going to move these elements to the side. In the middle right here is the working area, but I tend to, resize and everything like that, so it doesn't really matter where I work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my font. I have the Game of Thrones font here. I'm going to click on text and type out Moon of My Life. So I typed it out in 3 different
lines, because if you see there in the inspiration photo, it is on 3 separate lines as well as they're 3 different sizes. So I'm going to sort of mimic where they are. And right here I am missing the moon. If you can see here, the moon right now is an actual JPEG that I was able to find online. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And what the software allows me to do is actually trace. So I'm going to trace this design. And what it does is it looks for the contrast, and it differentiates between the black pixels and the white pixels. So I was able to trace just the black. And I don't really like that the moon is very straight. It looks just exactly like a C. I want it to be a little bit rotated, because if you look at here, it is a little bit rotated. It's not the same exact moon, but that should kind of be it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of size my text to where I want it to be. I want to make this a little bit bigger. So here is what I want. I'm going to group this all together by hitting Control G, and then I'm going to fill it in just so that you can kind of have a better look at it, because it's just the outline right now. I'm also going to change the line color to match the fill, so you can see this is what I came up with. I'm going to resize this so that, imagine if you look at, a pillowcase, or if you're looking at this, it's actually the pillowcase. I'm going to size it to somewhat of my liking, and then I'm going to actually center it. So there you go, that is one pillowcase. I'm kind of going through this quickly, but I didn't want to dwell on the software too much. I can definitely do more videos if people are interested in that. So my next pillow is my sun and stars. So I'm going to type out my sun and stars. Again, they are on different lines and they are different sizes, so that is why I had them separate. When you type them all together in one go, you're not able to make it separate sizes. You have to have them as 3 separate instances, if you know what I mean, if I'm making sense. So as I did before, I'm going to also trace these 2 elements. So I'm going to zoom in, go into my trace menu, and trace the sun, and then trace the star. Oops, wrong button. And if I move these out of the way, there goes my references on the side, or my elements. And then here are my actual cut lines, or how my material will be cut. So I'm going to put that over there. Put this right here. And I want the same star, but I want more than one instance of it. So I'm going to copy it by doing a Control and paste. Then I'm going to move it and resize it. I'm just kind of winging the size by what I like, not really, calculating anything. And I kind of want to move this a little closer. So there is my second pillowcase. This is all in real time, so when I am designing things for myself, if I already have an inspiration photo or an idea of what I want to make, it actually does take me this fast or this amount of time to make something just because I'm so familiar with the software. All right, so if you take a look at the two pillowcases, one's a little bit bigger than the other. So this one, it came out to about 12 inches by 20, and this is 13 by 19. So if I can make this a little bit bigger to match, there you would have my two pillowcases. I'm going to be making the design in gold so that it stands out on my pillowcases that you have seen earlier in the video. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out and then apply it on my heat press.
Okay, so now that we have cut all the vinyl, what we're going to be doing from here is going to be weeding the vinyl. I have cut them into separate sheets just to save all of the scraps that I already had of this color. So now I'm just going to speed through me removing all of the unwanted parts of the vinyl. So here we go, everyone. Here are my finished pillowcases, Moon of My Life, and My Sun and Stars. This is more of a inside look on how I make a lot of my heat transfer vinyl projects. Not really a how-to, but more of a, oh, take a look at this process that I go through. I can definitely do more videos like this just to kind of get an inside look on how I make a lot of projects. So they'll be coming out on Saturday. So thanks for watching again, and I'll see you next time.